let's build some custom wheels. Hey, what's up guys, Rado here, and today we are going to build some custom wheels. And since I am after surgery on my shoulder and in this video my hand was still in a sling, I was not able to do anything, so I had my good friends helping me to do all the work. We would actually visit 3 places in this video and we're gonna take care of these wheels. We are starting with Jay Clark at Dirt Bike TV, and right here you can see that Jay is taking apart our old wheels from YZ125, snapping these old spokes, taking everything out, removing old wheel bearings, also removing those spacers in the middle. Those we are saving for the future, and everything else, as you can see, old sprocket, old brake rotors, and just snapping again those spokes and getting rid of everything, because from the old wheels all we actually need are these hubs right here. So once we have everything nice and clean, we're gonna go to Seno Metal Finishing, and Chris Puffer is going to help us hydroblast everything and also do a nice tungsten color. This is a Cerakote Tungsten H-237 that I'm using for everything that is Cerakoted on this YZ125 build. And I think they turned out really good. So back in Dirt Bike TV garage here, and Jay is helping us to install a brand new wheel bearing. Heat everything up and then put wheel bearings, of course, on the ice, so it's easier to install it. We have this Motion Pro wheel bearing driver kit that is quite easy and simple to use. Once your hub is hot and your bearing is cold, it's quite easy to install everything. Also, don't forget to install the seals at the end of those bearings, and just drive it in with those drivers, hit it with a hammer a little bit. It's pretty simple thing to do, and Jay is quite handy with this, so it's not difficult at all. Now, very important thing, when you put this spacer in the middle of this hub, you drive your bearing in, and you need to make sure that before the bearing sits all the way at the bottom, that the spacer is in the middle. So we want to adjust everything and just make sure that you won't have any problem down the road with your axle going through. So we make sure it's in the middle, and then finish driving the bearing inside, install the seal, and we are done with the front wheel. Now we're gonna do the same for the back wheel. We're gonna heat up side of the hub, and also put the bearings in the ice bath and drive it in little by little. You see we have just a couple hits on one side, on the other side. So we want to start this bearing evenly going in, and then once it's evenly in, then we can do a little bit harder, smash it a little bit more, hit it with a hammer and drive it in. Now this rear wheel is a little bit different on this YZs. There is this circlip right here that we need to install after the bearing, and once you install it, you click it in that groove. You need to make sure that it's moving freely like this. That means that the circlip is sitting in its place and it will not come out as you ride it. So this is the proper way to check it. Same thing on the other side. Heat it up and drive in the bearing, just soft taps with the hammer. Start the bearing, make sure that it's coming in evenly, and then grab our Motion Pro tool, drive it in. Now again, pay attention to the spacer in between those bearings in the middle of the hub. So before you actually finish driving in your bearing, make sure that that thing is aligned, and give it a couple more hits with the hammer. Drive it all the way in to the bottom. The bearing will sit on the bottom of the hub. There is a little groove, and you will make sure that your spacer is where it's supposed to be. Now after that, do your seals, and once the seals are in, of course, you have to go and you have to grease everything, fill those gaps with the grease, and make sure that these hubs are ready to go. Now the next step, after these hubs are done, we're gonna move to another location. We're gonna go to visit our friend Brad from Parapros.
All right, we're gonna do some wheels today for YZ125. The way I do wheels is a little different than wheel shops, so it is what it is, and they come out great. And then let's go.
So I call these wheels a budget build because we are using inexpensive parts and also stock hubs. Right here we have Task Impact rims that I got off Rocky Mountain ATV-MC, and also Task heavy duty spokes. I think they look amazing, black color and the silver, kind of thick looking spokes. I think it's a really good look, and as I said, these are not very expensive, couple $100 for everything we use on these wheels here for this build. So that's why it is still a budget build. Now, Brad is using a technique, he's building a lot of wheels. Yes, he has a little bit different technique than maybe some other wheel shops that do it every day.
What we're gonna do is true the wheel up now. I like using tape. I put it at one of the holes for the rim lock or the spout stem, and that's gonna be my starting and stopping point. And right now all the spokes are loose. I'm gonna go by hand and just do one turn all the way around until it gets tight, and then we'll start the process.
So this is not a tutorial on how to lace and true the wheel. We are just showing you kind of what we are doing, and we are flying through it a little bit. It's on fast forward, just showing you what Brad is doing here. First goes around and make sure that all the spokes are tight, then checks everything, and then he knows which spokes need to be tightened a little bit more to make sure that the wheel is true and it's spinning nicely, and then we don't have any kind of little grooves in it. So he first goes around, make sure that the spokes are hand tight, and then takes the torque wrench, goes around, give it half turn on every single spoke, then comes back, checks the wheel, and then see what needs to be done. So this is the way Brad's doing it, and I think the wheel came out really great.
So this one's all done. You can see it came out very straight, very good. Came out really good. I'm really happy with it. All right.
And we are back in Dirt Bike TV Garage, and Jay is showing us here how he uses a duct tape. He splits 60-40, so 60% will go on the rear wheel and 40% will go on the front wheel. So this is just a tape that would cover the spokes. Just make sure when you are putting this tape on that you are actually inside in that groove. You don't go on the side of a rim, because then the tire will not beat up properly. So you do it like this. Jay usually goes around twice, and once this is done, then he does it also for the front wheel with a 40%, so 60% for the rear wheel and 40% for the front. Then take a torch a little bit, heat it up, and once it's nice and warm, then just pushes it back on the spokes, on the heads, on those nuts. Make sure that everything stays where it's supposed to be, everything sits, and yeah, everything is nice and sticky. Now, next thing would be to poke the holes through the tape, just using your rim lock. Push it through. You need 2 holes, one for valve stem, one for the rim lock. So that's all ready. And now we are going to do something that Jay does like 1,000 times, installing the Dunlop tires, MX33, brand new tires on the brand new wheels. Everything is new tubes and all that good stuff. So this is something that I really like to watch Jay doing, because it only takes him like 4 minutes to do one tire, and it looks so easy. It looks like these tires are not the same tires that I'm using when I'm doing my own wheels, which is very rarely now, almost never since I met Jay. So he's taking care of my tires all the time, which is quite convenient. Thanks, Jay. All right, so once the tire is on, we're also gonna do the custom Dunlop stickers, yellow stickers that are not actually for sale. Many people asking me where they can get those stickers. Those are only for promotion. Jay is a Dunlop guy, so he has those stickers. When I build a bike, I get the stickers on the bikes, but normally if I just use a tire, it's not always that I have those stickers.
Okay, we're putting a little bit of thread locker. We're using the stuck nuts because these guys support trail open areas and not trail closures like the big Evil company. Cool, guys, so we'll get that on there.
We are installing a brand new brake rotors from Golfer. On the rear we have a regular size, but on the front we got our oversized front rotor that will give us a little bit more braking power. And also we have the bracket that goes on your brake caliper in the front that you need to switch, because you need to offset your brake caliper a little bit. So this is for the rear wheel. And you see I'm helping a little bit. This took a little bit longer, so my hand is out of sling. Thank God. I'm feeling a little bit better, so I can do some work. Pro X rear sprocket Same thing here, you know, we use the thread locker and make sure that all the bolts, you know, are nice and tight. It's an easier job when you have two guys, one holds the bolt and one goes a little bit tighter. So that's what we did here with Jay. Front wheel brake rotor, as I mentioned, this is an oversized brake rotor, and I think it will work really great. It will give us a little bit more braking power, so I can slow down this 134cc beast that we'll be riding really soon. Alright my friends, and this is pretty much the last step of the build of these custom wheels. As you can see, it did take quite a lot of work, and you know, to be honest, it took me like a month to do all this work, because we had to take the wheels from one place to another place. Then Jay is a really busy guy. He helped me in the beginning. Then we took it to Cenometal Finishing, get it down over there, waited a couple days, you know, for the Cerakote and all those things. And we brought it back. Then we found a day when Brad was available, and I met him there with the camera. We laced the wheels, we, you know, threw the wheels, and then back to Jay's place. So it took some time. It would be faster and easier if I do majority of the work myself, which I would definitely do. If my arm is okay, I would get all the hubs ready. I will do all the bearings and all these things myself. That what I would usually do. But I'm very grateful that I have great friends who helped me to do this. So thanks Jay, thanks Brad, and thanks Chris Puffer from Cenometal Finishing. I think the final product here looks amazing. Black color, silver spokes, and Cerakoted tungsten hubs with brand new rotors from Golfer, Dunlop tires, stickers, Tusk impact rims, and this detail picture. I think it looks amazing. Can't wait to throw it on the YZ124 and show you the final product. Alright my friends, well that's about it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know below in the comments, and don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.